Week 13 weigh-in. Hi, I'm Dina. Welcome to my channel, Living Mosaic. And this is a Friday morning. I did my weigh-in this morning, and I also changed my injection day to Friday morning. I'm going to tell you why. So, first of all, last week I had a really great weight loss week. I lost 3 pounds. And for those of you who may have watched my video, I talk about my blood work numbers, and I'll post that here for you to check out. My blood work also was wonderful. And so that is definite plus in 3 months. So I've had 12 completed weeks of taking Mounjaro and compounded Tirzepatide. Now, due to some insurance issues, I switched from Mounjaro to compounded Tirzepatide. I did go see my doctor this morning, which was my follow-up appointment to talk about the results of my blood work, which I already knew what they were, but she was extremely happy when she looked at them. And she was also very supportive of me taking compounded Tirzepatide through the telehealth, being that I could not get the Mounjaro. And until I can review my insurance and get open enrollment, then I will not know what kind of insurance I can possibly get and if it'll benefit me and I can get back on Mounjaro. However, let me tell you that there's been positives to taking the compounded Tirzepatide, and that is the dosing. So with Mounjaro or Zepbound or Wegovy or Ozempic, whatever you're taking on your journey, you have to take certain amounts each time, and it's set amount. So kind of what I've been doing, and I'm just giving you an update, is I started with the 2.5 Mounjaro pen, and I took that for a total of 8 weeks. And my 9th week, I took 2 pens. I did ask my doctor, and she said it was okay. I took 2 pens of 2.5 because I had planned to go up in dose to the 5.0. And that was before the insurance fiasco. So she's like, yeah, you can do that. And then that way you'll start getting used to 5.0 when the pens come in. Well, pens did not come in because of the insurance issue. And so I just could not afford that amount. And you can check out that video, The High Cost of Mounjaro, right here where I talk about that. Now, the insurance information came back. I wasn't able to afford it, so I very quickly got on compounded. So I went through the process through Amble, and it was very quick, very easy, and I was sent my 3-month supply all in one. It was sent well, it was cool, there was no issue, and I've been using it since then. So that's been several weeks, and it is the B6 Tirzepatide combination. And I have had 0 issues. And what's great about that is I started out, like they had recommended dosage, and they said start off at the 3 milligram, which was their 15 unit dose. So I did that, and then I realized, okay, I'm, getting my body used to that, and then I moved up to 20 units, which is kind of how they were progressing me, but even more so. But I've gone a lot slower than what they recommended, and I'm really fine with that. And I've had weight loss every week, so I don't want to really rush it. And I haven't had any food noise or anything like that. There was a couple times I felt hungry, and so I ate when I felt hungry. And so far, so good with that. Now, I also decided to switch to another telehealth company only because I wanted to get that personalized communication with the doctor and a dietitian. So I switched to Fridays, and I took that for the first time today. That Tirzepatide combination is a B12, the NAD, and the Tirzepatide. So I took that this morning. Nothing to report. Everything seems to be fine. And I'm going to start rotating my injection sites again, because when I was on the other Tirzepatide compound, I strictly stuck to my belly. But I feel like I want to change it up and go back to the rotating like I did when I was on Mounjaro. So I will do a future episode here where I talk about the effects of the B12 and the NAD. And the reason I switched to Friday mornings instead of my Thursday night, because I was doing Thursday night after I switched to the compounded, I think maybe before. But anyway, I switched because the B12 and the NAD is supposed to be a good combination for energy, right? And so I don't want that to affect my sleep. So I thought I'm going to just switch to Friday mornings. Friday mornings are easy for me. I don't work on Friday mornings, and I usually just run a bunch of errands and I stay really busy on Friday, but my mornings are easy going. So I don't have to be rushing. So that worked perfectly. Those seem to be good for me, like a Thursday night switch and then to the Friday morning. And I will update you all on how that combination of compounded tirzepatide works for me. So far, comparing the two telehealth companies, Amble was super simple. Everything was through text and electronic. The Fridays was also electronic, but I did talk to the doctor in person, and I don't think she was an actual doctor, but a PA. So same thing, pretty much to me. And then I have the dietitian appointment coming up where I get to talk to the dietitian, and that's exciting because I want to see, what they're going to tell me with that, and I will update you all on that. And so that's kind of where it went. The Fridays ask for a little bit more, like they want the blood work, like your lab work and stuff. I happen to have all that, so it was easy to upload that. I also uploaded my 5 milligram prescription. I had a copy of that ahead of time so that just in case if I needed that, I did. And so they put me on the 4.25 milligram dose to start off with. And that's a 25 unit with them. So that's how it goes. And it is pinkish in color because it's got the B12 in it. Also, they only send 1 month at a time. So if you pay for 3 months in advance, which I did, because I'm trying to get the, most for my money, it's discounted that way. They send you 1 vial at a time. And then when you're like on your last week, you notify them and let them know, and then they'll send you the next one. And I get all the syringes with both companies, all the syringes, the alcohol wipes, and with Fridays, I got a little bit more paperwork as far as like about their pharmacy, how to inject the injection sites, and then all about tirzepatide. So those kind of little pamphlets were in there. And for the Amble, there was something, but it was very minimal. So if you're kind of interested in getting more of the personalized in-person contact, you can do the Join Fridays, and I have a discount link below that you can use. And then if you like the Amble, I also have a reference link for Amble. And I'm going to feel out the Join Fridays and see if it's the one I want to stay with. And see, it's really going to be how the medication with Amble was great. I have no problem with the medication. I was just trying to go more personalized and see if I like that better. And I will share my differences later in another video to see how I like it, because I really want to see if this NAD and this B12 give me what I'm looking for as far. Now I did have an option to go with I think it was creatine, but I wanted to try the NAD and the B12 first, just to see if it really gave me that extra energy I wanted without creating sleep issues, because that's a big one. I really like to get my sleep, and I talk about that in one of my last videos, the sleep goal video, which I'll post here. So that's pretty much all I have for today. I just want to give you guys a quick update on my weight loss, which was nothing, which is okay, but also my medication change and my doctor update. And then, of course, I'm going to end it with some non-scale victories. My pants are looser. I can fit into my shirts better. Really weirdly, it's almost like my pants are kind of falling off a little bit and very loose. So, I mean, it's not weird, but it's funny. So I'm probably going to have to be looking for some new clothes here shortly, for as far as pants go and whatnot. And I already have a huge, like one of those stand-up laundry baskets full of clothes that I'm wanting to donate, but I just kind of stuck them there and haven't bagged them up yet because I don't know, you just kind of hang on to things for a while, I think, just to make sure everything's going to go as you want it to. So I really, I'm doing that just to make sure because there's some really good clothes and some of them are pretty new. And I just recently bought some new pants and things, I think is in the spring. And so I really haven't even worn those. And so they're pretty new. And shirts as well as that. And I'll probably be swimming in those things. Oh, speaking of swimming, I've been going to the Y. And I went swimming the other day, and the swim shorts were so big on me. I had to use a hair tie on the side to tie them up so I could use them. And then I just threw them away after that one swimming session because I was like, yeah, not going to be using these again. It was just pretty funny. So I was able to get into like my smaller swimsuit. So I was really happy about that. So that's pretty much all for me today. I hope you all have a great and happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. And as always, remember you are a living mosaic because all of the experiences we have, both good and bad, make us into a beautiful, colorful picture of many pieces. So you are a living mosaic, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. And until next time, and if you love my content and are interested in my journey on my GLP-1, or you're curious about being on a GLP-1, or you're on a GLP-1 and you just want to have a support system, that's what I'm here for. So go ahead and hit subscribe, like, share, and keep my channel on the air. And until next time, you have a great one. Bye.